It's not a business per se, it's a more of a giving back
to society. So this is exactly why we started B Talks. Canary offers, how many of us low that you supply to something called as IKEA?
Like about 6-7 months, I did go to the bank and try to do things there. But I found it a little boring. You're put in a box and you do the.
Somebody from Loyola won't be able to do it. I'm from Loyola, so I know somebody from Loyola will definitely not be able to.
Now we're planning to do it probably every 2 years.
Okay.
So doing it every year takes a lot of time and effort. So like we're thinking like.
We got a record also, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had the largest Christmas tree thing in that Thrissur one.
Welcome to another episode of Bridgeway Talks. We have now completed 17 episodes and we're on the 18th episode of Bridgeway Talks. Today we are sitting in the second home for Bridgeway, which is basically Thrissur. This is the first time we're doing a Bridgeway Talks in Thrissur, which is basically we have our own facility over here with the 3S and we are never done. So I think Thrissur is cultural capital of Kerala and we thought it apt to do something in Thrissur, better late than never. So I think this time around we got somebody who's super special, who's got a certification from Harvard Business School, who's got a certification from Indian Institute of Ahmedabad, who is also an alumni of Loyola. I'm an alumni of Loyola. So I think it's very, very special for me, especially to talk to him. He's also part of the ESAF family. I think everybody knows about ESAF in Kerala. If not Kerala, I would say across the country. A lot of people know about ESAF. Started off in 1992 by his father with the aim of giving employment, removing poverty and things like that, which later on went to become an NBFC and later on went to become a small bank. So the growth is phenomenal. But the person who I'm talking to today is probably not got much to do with that, but he is into something of his own. We will talk to him and he will give you more about what he does and how he does it and why is he here. So we are super glad to have Alok, and I know you are super busy and it's so great that you could take time off and be with us today. And I spoke about ESAF. And I know, and I think everybody in Kerala today knows about ESAF. It's probably something which every small person today looks up to when they want some kind of support.
Yeah.
So you don't do much into the floors,
not much involved with the bank per se.
But then it was earlier. So what Alok does today is something called a CEDAR Retail, right?
Yeah.
Now, a brief about CEDAR Retail. What does CEDAR Retail do and how did it come? Because being a finance family, it's always aspiration needs to be a finance person and things like that. How did CEDAR Retail happen?
Thank you, Girish, first of all. So CEDAR per se, if you talk about it, we can't call ourselves a finance family as such because when we started, my father started in 792. The whole idea was to kind of support the people, those at the bottom of the pyramid,
right,
and provide livelihood opportunities. So that is the whole idea. Right. And then we started, we had three main pillars.
Okay.
So one was credit inclusiveness or credit taxes, whatever we call it. The second was market taxes.
Okay.
And the third one was training. So
cool.
All three were going hand in hand. It was not like finance is going on a separate trajectory and that was going on a separate trajectory. So when we started out giving microfinance loans way back in 95, 96 time, the people who were getting these loans were making products like some snacks or small products or whatever.
Okay.
But what really happened was they were finding it difficult to get to the market.
Right.
Because if you talk about the supermarket, even we do that for the major large scale brands. But for any other supermarket or any other store per se, they require any brands to give them some listing fee or to put their rack to the renders and all. So that's a norm. That is the norm, and that's how supermarkets also survive. But the kind of people we were serving, they were not in a position to afford that kind of payment to do that to place their products in the shelf. So that is when we kind of started a supermarket, a small supermarket.
Okay.
It was called Isar Swasraya Bazaar.
Okay.
It is like in Thrissur itself. It's called in a place called Pattikad.
Okay.
It's about like few kilometers from here.
Right.
So we started off there. So the whole idea was the supermarket will be a place where these people can come and place their products without any charge or waves. They can come and place their products. No, we do the no, hard job of getting it to the market and marketing it, selling it. You know.
Yeah.
So they got an easy access to the market.
Where is
So that is how.
So this the idea of finance was not ESAF was not about the finance part. So
Finances came along the way. I would say. It is when we started off with training programs and career guidance program, like things like. And one thing that my dad and the few friends that he had that point of time, they were all promoting self-employment, entrepreneurship.
right.
And the one thing that the people who were getting this training, they came back and said, no, so the idea is good,
Right.
but there's no bank who would finance us.
Right.
We don't have a credit backing. We don't have the credit score or things like that.
Right.
So that is when we started off with something called as a circular, or like circular money kind of.
Circular money kind of.
Yeah, so it was 30,000 rupees,
Right.
which is given out to 10 women,
Right.
3,000 rupees each. So they could start something of their own. So that is how the finance part or access to finance actually came into.
And I think, but what a wonderful thought, when you started off, I think not too late, I would say around 18 to 20 years back, which is probably not I wouldn't say it's a too old a company, but it's not too young a company.
It's not, yeah.
It's around 20 years old. And to start something like that, what was the thought? I don't know whether what was the thought process behind your dad starting something like this?
So my dad, we are from a Christian background and we have a Christian faith led background. So one thing that they were all, my dad and mom, both of them were part of this organization called a Union of Evangelical Students of India.
Right.
So one thing that they always talk about is it's not just the spiritual aspect, but you also have to socially empower the people. That was a thought that was there. And they have these regular annual retreat programs and things like that. So yeah, was something stuck in his mind that he has to do something for the society. He was not very clear what it is, but
Yeah, but you started off as an organization in Thrissur, right?
Yep, yeah.
And you then scaled it up.
Yesterday ESAF is there only in Kerala or is it there? We are present in 23 states also now. So we have got about close to 1,000 branches across all these.
Very nice. So earlier CEDAR, which you are the managing director of right now, earlier CEDAR was also called, if I'm not wrong, ESAF Retail.
Yeah,
right.
it was called, yeah.
So because I think the three pillars what you spoke about, I think because of that, then it changed. Why did you change it to CEDAR later? And what is CEDAR be? What is CEDAR all about?
That. So it's in 2015 is the year when ESAF got the in-principle license from RBI for setting up the bank.
Right.
And by 2017 we had launched the bank. So banking is a very compliance driven.
Governance is big.
Governance is big time. So so there was this not rule per se, but a direction that ESAF, the name ESAF can ideally be associated with the bank alone. Okay. So that is when we kind of slowly, our foundation is still under the ESAF Foundation name itself, but all the other profit-led businesses wanted to have a different identity.
Right.
So it's in 2019 we got the name changed to CEDAR.
Okay.
So why the name CEDAR is because CEDAR is a big tree. It's a big shady tree.
Yeah.
We see a lot of it in countries like Canada and right. So like the whole idea is that from the beginning our idea was provide livelihood, provide empowerment and things like that. Right? And the idea behind the name CEDAR is CEDAR gives a shade to a lot of these entrepreneurs. It's a large tree that empowers these people.
Okay.
So that is how the name CEDAR came into picture.
Nice.
So now CEDAR is into three different verticals or a strategic business unit.
Okay.
So one of them is a supermarket led model. We have got about 16 stores all across Thrissur.
Okay.
Our stores are not there in town center or city center. All our stores are a little bit away from the crowd. It's like a neighborhood shop for the rural population.
As a Kirana
Shop, but in the modern version, Kirana shop.
Okay.
So we give all the high-end products, all the HUL, PLCs of the world we provide there, along with all the products that our producers or the producers that we are associated with, that is also put there. So that is there, and under the same business unit we have two brands.
Okay.
One is called Suvudi.
Okay.
It is a grocery brand, grocery staple brand. We have a production facility in Kanjikode in Bohifra.
Okay.
For where they manufacture pulses and other grains. Right. So that is brought to market in the name Suveri. And there was another brand called Crosso, which is into bakery products. Okay. There also, like, the whole idea is that lot of our customers who used to take loan from us are making it into bakery products called mixtures.
Yeah.
So there are like so many of them, and they bring to the market in maybe hundreds or tens of hundreds of brands.
Right.
So our idea is that in Crosso brand, we'll consolidate all of them
Right.
into our brand, and we bring it to take it in a market.
So you brand it.
We brand the products of these, like,
So how do you ensure quality?
yeah, so we have people, and like, so the next step we are planning to do is that I will set up common facility centers, hygienic common facility centers, where these people can come and make the products, and we give them, like, packaging options and branding options, and we take it to the market.
You also have what I saw was you also have electronics and thing. Yeah, that as a separate thing, right?
That is also I would say that everything actually happened by chance, and it grew as in. So then you are doing microfinance loans. All our customers, though they were at the bottom of the pyramid and like, all like on a poorer side of it, but they all had aspiration. They wanted the high-end, mobile or your refrigerator, washing machine, all of those.
Right.
So these are an opportunity there, and we tied up with all the major brands, Samsung, LG, Vivo, all of them. So we were national level associated with all of them, and the microfinance organization will give the finance for people to buy the livelihoods, and we give last mile delivery at their doorstep.
So you have it in your own outlets.
We didn't have outlets. Yeah, model is that we have people on the field. We've got about 20,000 plus field staff. $100.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's a huge field.
I have your own employees.
All our own employees. So they are there. So in the SHG model, every person meet or interacts with about 700 to 800 people, and they meet on a regular daily basis.
Right.
For their loan requirement, whatever the requirement. It's not just that they give loan and we take back the money and
Right.
and the things there. We give a lot of training programs
Right.
to ensure that they're able to repay this money to us on a regular basis.
Understood.
So like they wanted to buy all these products, so that's when we kind of started this.
So we're basically creating a complete ecosystem. Some sort of ecosystem. So it's just not that you give a loan or send some gundas to take the loan. It's you give loans, but then also you create an opportunity to use that loan and take it back into your system and get the beautiful. So now tell me, this is right now happening mainly in Thrissur as a place or across Kerala, or how does it?
SEDA's activity, the supermarkets are all based in Thrissur itself. We're not spread too wide and deep, but all of it is in Thrissur. But the consumer electronic products I was just talking about, that is there across. Actually, it's there across 7 states. Where we speak. So like wherever that's also under the name of SEDA. Yeah, it's under SEDA, but it doesn't come into it's not a marketing led activity. It's a very one-to-one kind of a term. So like
I think not in urban city, not at all in urban. It's all in the rural, deep rural areas. Even in other states, it's like that.
Yeah, in other cities, in Kerala at least it is. I would say Kerala is an organized made only. Yeah, it's one big city, but in places like Karnataka, Ayamnadi, Maharashtra, all of them, it's very deep rural, and so those people wouldn't have generally access to maybe a like a bigger brick and mortar store to go and buy these products, right? Their only access to these kind of products that elevate their lifestyle is to us. And we've seen, like not in Kerala, but at least in case, states like Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh and all, when we give maybe a product like a washing machine,
right?
Now that significantly enhances their lifestyle, because otherwise they have to carry their clothes to the nearby,
You're also elevating the standard of living significantly for people, right? And I think There's also no more a choice anymore. Right? Earlier,
Have to have it.
yeah, earlier you had a choice whether you wash your dish in your hand. Today it's no more a choice, right? So everybody would prefer.
Correct.
I was on the lighter note. I was actually going through a profile on LinkedIn and other places, and I saw you. I'd put a post on an AI picture of you with bamboo. You had posted of what was that all there? That's because I just wanted to put two and two together. So I was thinking it's something you were traveling for some bamboo related something.
Yeah, and no. So like in 2008, we started some activities in Jharkhand. Okay, in a place called till then or even now, I think Jharkhand is the second most poorest state in country.
Okay.
And so when we started back in 2008, the situation was much worse. So we started off with an education initiative. We set up as a CSR. We set up village level schools in Jharkhand. Okay, in a place called Domka. So one thing we realized that we were giving education activities to the students or the tribal kids there.
Right.
But the parents of those kids were like insanely talented in making bamboo products.
Okay.
So at that point of time, they were just able to make what he calls mango basket.
Right.
They were about maybe 10 rupees, 15 rupees in the local market.
Right.
So we had an intervention where we started giving better designs to them.
Right.
We had one person station there. We started giving them better designs to make better products out of bamboo.
Right.
So that started significantly improving their income earning opportunities.
Right.
We had launched a brand called Go Nature, which is still active now. To make products out of bamboo and similar water-ice and similar natural fiber based products and bring it to the market. And in 2017, we tied up with IKEA.
Oh, okay.
IKEA, yeah.
Okay.
It's the world's largest furniture retailer. So you're supplying a water hyacinth based mat to them.
Very nice.
Huge quantities. My journey with bamboo and all started there. So last year I was in Taiwan for attending the World Bamboo Conference.
Right.
So the opportunities are immense.
Right.
We stay still very actively in that business.
Right.
Also, it's not a business per se. It's a more of a giving back
to society. So this is exactly why we started B Talks. How many of us know that you supply to something called as IKEA? So how many of us know about it? And we really. So I think that is something which we wanted to bring out, and I think that is where we really thought we should talk to people like you and make a difference. Now, it's talking about CEDAR. There are a lot of brands under CEDAR. I think around 10 to 12 brands under the CEDAR.
Yeah.
Now, what are these brands? So because there's a coffee shop, there are a lot of things. Right? If you could just elaborate on that, please.
So we have multiple brands. So one is Crosso, as I was earlier mentioning. That is about snacks as a brand. So under Crosso itself, we have got small minor brands also. So one is the Crosso Live. That also is a livelihood opportunity. So we set up small, so now if you look at it, everywhere you see chai kadas,
Right.
tea shops.
Absolutely.
So one thing we added to it is one of our, so it is called Crosso Live, where tea, coffee and snacks made live there, like all your bhajis and vada and so like traditional food, nothing fancy about it. But what we do is all our live shops are right now employed by us, but all are women. About 3 to 4 women will be working there. But going forward, we want to develop it as a completely women-owned franchisees. So that's the Crossfit Live. We have got about 6 outlets now across Thrissur and Palakkad.
Right.
And the other one is Crosso Bakeries.
Right.
For all the products that is being, so it's a one outlet exclusive for the cafe. It's called Cafe Crosso.
Right.
That is that. Then Suvadi is there. Earlier it was a organic brand. There's a place called Adat in Thrissur, where lot of it's called Coal Lands.
Okay.
It is area under sea level actually.
Right.
So earlier we used to get organic rice from there and we used to market it. But last year they stopped the organic way of cultivation, so we had to evolve and make it safe to eat pulses.
Right.
So that is Subudhi.
Right.
And then we have another brand called Go Nature. Go Nature is for all natural fiber based products.
So natural fiber based, when you talk about, we spoke of the bamboo and the water hyacinth.
Bamboo, water hyacinth, jute,
Okay.
Sabaigra.
So all these are across the country. You
Across the country, like most of the sourcing happens from Jharkhand, Assam, Northeast, and it is like
local artisans who
local artists, all the
local artisans that use bring them together, and but then when you bring them together and you also say you said you supply to IKEA.
Yeah.
Now, do you also have a process wherein you try to figure out buyers for this? That is, IKEA is one source.
So that is something that they do. So now we are also working with a big one thing with these big box retailers is that they like push you really hard to get the best price from us.
Sure.
But sometimes that doesn't go well with us because we give the the very best wages to all these people to make these products, and sometimes that that is not reflected in the price that these big box retailers offer as well. So now what we are like little bit more niche, smaller boutique brands.
Right.
So now we're supplying to there's a brand called Swades. It's launched by Reliance actually.
Okay.
It's a pet project of Neetam Pandey.
Oh, okay.
So now we're supplying to them
Nice.
and few other boutique brands like this. And now also we are trying to so all our gifting requirements for bank and other group entities all.
So that is another avenue which, so I was just trying to get there. So that is another avenue. So say for example, we as a group, we procure a lot of riles from outside, and we are into luxury space, and we believe in sustainability and sustainable products and things like that, and that has become a big part of the way our ecosystem
Online.
right? Our ecosystem, when you talk about, so not only the electric cars, what we say, but I know we had our showrooms are solar powered, so we have a lot of things which talks about zero emissions. We talk about sustainability. So the gift what we give also, it's not a sustainable product.
Definitely, we could partner. Yeah, so lot of so like we are working with a lot of IT companies and all for their gifting requirements. UST, Global Intervan items, all of them latest.
Because I think the next thing which people talk about today is sustainability and exactly what you talk about, right? So I think there is a lot of things which we can do together. With probably we will commit sometime to take that forward. Now, what is next for CEDAR? What is next for CEDAR? So you have reached a stage wherein you spoke about brands, you spoke about supporting local artisans, and what is next for CEDAR? Do you see a growth? Do you see a scaling happening on this?
Yeah, so we are currently consolidating a lot of our activities to help us scale in the future. So one thing is that we realize that our own stores or our own infrastructure doesn't helps you reach certain extent.
Right.
So now we are more focused on distribution, and we are working with large wholesalers for helping the commodities move faster. I think like that. So that is the area where we are looking at, and also franchising model also for both the supermarket and the cafe chain. Both of us we are planning for a franchisee led.
So then I think the scaling becomes much faster.
Much faster.
Now, getting a little bit more personal. You had never had interest in what your father does, or the finance part of it. Wasn't there a pressure on you? Why are you doing this? Why are you not part of the bigger ecosystem where the whole business runs? Have you never been asked to do something there? Or
Yeah, I've been part of it. So like after my college, Loyola, I got a placement in KPMG. I was one of the two people from the college who got placed.
Right.
But I didn't go there because then it was also the time and the bank transition was happening. It was 2016, the year. So I did come back, and about 6 months I did go to the bank
Okay.
and tried to do things there. But I found it little boring. You put in a box and you do the.
So somebody from Loyola won't be able to do. I'm from Loyola, so I know somebody from Loyola will definitely not be able to.
Then so like all these other organizations. So in Groove we have got about 28 organizations doing different things.
Right.
And all of them were at like a scaling up stage, and with the bank. Dad was Papa was more busy with that. So then I talked to myself, and it's better that I take care of those activities and scale it, so that it's always been an ecosystem. So that bank growing at certain space, the other organization has to grow at keep up. So
We also spoke, I think, about a year back on last Christmas when you wanted to do the largest Santa Claus. There was something about that.
That is so I have the covering back actually. So and I was in 10th standard. I had for my English exam, I had this essay that I had written. It talked about rural fairs.
Okay.
Right? So it was just to get marks. Nothing, there was nothing fancy about it. It's just right, and it was there back in my mind. So in 2022, it was our SEDA's 15th anniversary. Okay. So we wanted to do something, something, and then not just call everyone in one hall and
Right.
did all the things, and
General.
it felt boring. So we wanted to do something. So we had our discussion. So then we had this idea to host a. It didn't start as a carnival per se. The whole idea was that we throw an exhibition.
Right.
All these people who were working with all these entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, all of them can come together, display the products, sell the products, and they get a good income. And
Yeah.
for us, it is a good experience in hosting and
Right.
organizing this. Then one thing led to another, and it became quite large
Right.
in itself. It became a carnival.
Right.
So we had the exhibition. The flea was there. About 100 stalls were set up. It started in Manuti in the December of 23. We started in Manuti. It had flea. It had keep music concert by Sitara and FIFA. And there it was a big success that people loved it.
Right.
And then say the same year, the year that followed in on summer vacation, we had a 10-day event in Trivandrum.
Okay.
So it started becoming a thing, and we got an award for an WIP award from Emax.
Nice.
So it started becoming something. And then we had the very recent one was again in Thrissur itself.
Right.
So it was bringing together a lot of people.
Okay.
A lot of ideas, a lot of people coming together. But at the end of it, it's a lot of chaos, a lot of
I get
the pressure that you feel that pulling off such a large event.
Right. Right.
But my team, there's a huge, it's entirely run by volunteers from we had a staff team.
Okay.
We didn't have any event managers, event planners. Everything was done in house by us. So it's called Harfest. And it's been a game changer for us.
It's a regular affair.
And
Every.
so now we're planning to do it probably every 2 years. So doing it every year takes a lot of time and effort. So like we're thinking like
You have a record also, I guess, right?
yeah, so they had the largest Christmas tree thing in that Trishul one.
And the number of Santa Claus.
So that is not us actually. So it's been happening as a event of the Trishul outdoors. This year,
You're partnered with.
every year they have a fair or a exhibition. This year, Harfest partnered with Bon Natale. About 15, I think about a lakh Santa Claus go bond Trisay town
Very tough.
for that.
Yeah, yeah. How does your holidays look like? You travel a lot. What do you do? What is your typical, or you don't have a holiday? So generally, then I speak to people, they don't have a holiday.
Normally, very very less. It's always linked with some
Western.
And it's been like that in the family. Every time we go somewhere, Appa always has some
Some business related.
talent to it. So even like growing up, we also were accustomed to it, and so now I also try to.
Yeah. But you travel a lot. Travel a lot because you have your network of people that are on there. So and
July we had me, my wife, and my baby had a visit to UK. One week I had a conference. The other week was leisure.
so we plan to take this global also. Is there some chance of doing that? Is there easy an avenue there?
Yeah. So for all of these, so while we were working with IKEA, through IKEA, our products reached about 35 countries. Right? Now doing that. So that is a lot of opportunity we see. We are part of these many exhibitions and things like that. A lot of opportunity does come in terms of export for these sustainable products and all. So
Right, and local or recent products are always accepted.
yeah.
People accept it to a great extent because I think there is a social message to it.
Message, and there's a lot of story behind.
There's a lot story, bro.
All our marketing, if you look at it, it's all story led. We share stories of the people that
Yeah.
make these products, and that's how emotional connect happiness.
Yeah. But no, so this is exactly what really happens globally. Wherever we talk, products which had a story behind it.
Yeah.
Gone are the days when you sell a product just based on some features in it. There has to be a story behind it, and people accept it for that.
Correct.
I think that is what it is. And again, thank you so much, Alok. Thank you so much for coming here from here, because such a nice, lovely talk we had. small, but yeah, we don't keep it more than 25-30 minutes, because I think, you know how busy the world is, they don't have time to listen for. So I think we will connect on multiple things definitely going forward. Once again, thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. It was a fun discussion. Yeah, thank you for so much for coming, and wishing you all the very best for CEDAR, all the very best for scaling it up. Thank you. All the very best for all your future endeavors, what you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care.